All right, let's talk about the Colorado Buffaloes, led, of course, by head man, Coach Prime, Deion Sanders. They've been kind of one of the under the radar stories. It's kind of weird to talk about that with Prime and this Colorado Buff squad, but the reality is they're 5-2, heading in the right direction and heading into a big time matchup this weekend against Cincinnati at home, a chance to get their elusive 6 win. But heading into that matchup, a lot of energy, a lot of momentum, and they just got even more great news, exciting stuff out of Colorado. I'm Nick, and this is Saturday Morning Inspection. All right, this Buff squad, they're slowly becoming a complete team. We already know they're really talented at the top, obviously, with Sanders at quarterback, Travis Hunter at DB, wide receiver. He's also the equipment manager. He watches the film, does the cut-ups. He's an assistant coach. Hunter does everything, right? He's so freaking good. But the reality is he has had a few injuries over the past couple of games. A little bit of a concern. Good news for you Buffs fans. The concern seems to be mitigating. Let's pull up this report here, courtesy of SI.com. Colorado Buffaloes head coach Deion Sanders confirmed to the media that Travis Hunter will be in action against Cincinnati this weekend. Hunter, who has been battling a shoulder issue, is expected to play a bigger role than in recent weeks. Great news. As Sanders noted, he's healthier and he has more pep in his step during practice. The coach added that Hunter's conditioning looks strong and he is on point heading into Saturday's matchup. Hunter has struggled with injuries recently, exiting games early against Kansas State and Arizona. In the Arizona game, he missed the second half and recorded just 2 receptions for 17 yards before being sidelined. Despite not being at full strength, Hunter managed to contribute for half, showing his determination to help the Buffaloes in any way possible. It's not elite to say that Travis Hunter is the best player in college football and already on path to be one of the best players in college football history. Obviously, having a guy like that closer to full strength heading into a big-time matchup is nothing but great news for Colorado. Miles, I'm really curious what your thoughts are on Hunter and the Buffs. But first, Colorado fans, comment section below. Obviously, chance to get that 6 win. Give us your prediction. Final score. Colorado, Cincinnati, big opportunity for the Buffs. Let us know, again, below in the comment section what you think the final score will be. Want to hear from you guys. But Mize, over to you now. What are your thoughts on this latest news out of Boulder?
Yeah, Nick, first of all, this is a little bit different than any other injury update we've had because Hunter is so tough. He's such a good player that he plays in every game still, at least as much as he can, then maybe gets shut down like during the half of the game or something like that, which I just thought that was pretty interesting, showing how much he contributes to this team. You talked about the 6 win. This would be big for Colorado. Secure another win, get bowl eligibility, that elusive 6 wins. That'll be huge for them going forward. Last couple of years, we haven't even seen them come close to a bowl lately. So good news for the Buffaloes on that aspect. But Hunter coming back is going to be really good for them because, like you said, this is a team a lot of people aren't really talking enough about. This is a team that's come in here, and since that loss to Nebraska, they've really been pretty good. They've been pretty dominant. The Kansas State loss with Hunter going out, it was really tight though. That was the top 20 team there that they go against. I think they're really good. I'm excited to see them come down the stretch because if you look at who they got to play, Cincinnati, Texas Tech, Utah, Kansas, and then Oklahoma State, no one jumps off the screen to me as somebody who's going to be, a really big bump in the road for this Colorado team. You never know what could happen, but nonetheless, this is a team that I think potentially could win easily 4 out of those last 5 games, if not all 5 of them. And we could see something big for Colorado in the bowl reign. We're talking about New Year's Six type bowl games. We're talking about maybe even potentially bigger than that. This is a team that I think is really interesting, and I'm glad that Hunter's back because he, like the article says, is the huge contributor. He's the grease, the gas that makes the engine run on this Colorado team. Shedeur Sanders, he's captain of the ship, but Travis Hunter, he's the glue guy. He keeps everyone together on both offense and on defense.
Yeah, so I'm going to lead this by saying I'm not a Colorado Buffs fan. I'm a college football fan, and selfishly, I want Travis Hunter to play because I don't think we're appreciating it in terms of just people that watch college football, the greatness in front of us here, right? I remember Charles Woodson being the closest thing in the mid-1990s with what he was doing at Michigan, and he wasn't playing nearly amount of snaps and being nearly as productive as Travis Hunter has been. Like what we're seeing from Travis Hunter hasn't happened in like 80 years in the big football world. Not since they were playing with leather helmets and no face masks back in the 1940s. We've never seen anything in modern football like Travis Hunter. So selfishly, I want to see him play. Now, obviously, if he's healthy for the Colorado Buffs, it takes him from a decent team into a legitimate top 25 kind of contender. And like you said, maybe more depending on how they finish out the season. He is just I hate using the term X factor because it's so cliche, but what he can do, he can be the best corner in college football and be a first round wide receiver all at the same time. He is just so tooled. He's just so athletic. He's so competitive. His conditioning is off the charts. I don't know if that's God given or work ethic. It almost has to be both, but he is such a special player. And when he is on the field for Colorado, they just have this aura of being almost impossible to beat because it's like a cheat code in a video game where you can be better than Colorado at, say, 7 or 8 of the 11 positions on the field. But Travis Hunter can make an incredible catch or make an incredible interception or have that fumble like he did, that forced fumble against Baylor in overtime, right? That clinched the victory for Buffs. That just offsets everything else. Like, that's what he brings. There are very few players just in history that are like that. And Travis Hunter is one of those guys. Obviously he's going to have a great career in the National Football League, but it's really awesome to see what he's doing in college football. And we're all excited to see more of it, but it's even deeper than that. His impact is just really driving the betting markets right now. So Colorado opened up as a 4-point favorite against the Cincinnati Bearcats, right? And again, college football, Cincinnati, Colorado, unranked teams, you're not going to see a lot of betting actions. The lines are not going to move very much. There's not a lot of action. When this news came out, the line immediately shifted 2 points in Colorado's favor. That is a big leap, especially for a smaller game action like this, where there's not a lot of betting behind it. That basically means Travis Hunter is going to be healthier. And everyone said, yeah, I'm not putting money on Cincinnati. No more, no moss. That's his effect, right? He is that kind of guy. He is like a Heisman quarterback. He is like an elite coach. He is like the best. He is such a special game player. Like, I run out of superlatives to describe Hunter. I'm excited to see him play against Cincinnati. I'm excited to see him play the rest of the season. He's a special player, and it's obviously outstanding news that he'll be back for the Buffs.